Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Ronan Build-A-Figure. I reviewed this guy quite a while ago, but somebody asked me to review it again since the Guardians of the Galaxy movie came out fairly recently, and they wanted to look at the figure and see if it was worth getting. They wanted updated thoughts on it, so I figured I will give them updated thoughts on it. Maybe. We'll see if it's any different. I have no idea what I said originally, so you guys are going to have to let me know. He's just shy of 8 inches tall, so pretty much the proper size for the figure. He's got some decent bulk to him. Looks pretty appropriate, I'd say, for Ronan. But it's not the best Build-A-Figure. I'm not super thrilled with it. His little hood thingy comes off, and that's what it looks like. It looks okay. His head looks okay. It's not great, but they didn't do a really harsh lighting. Hopefully you can see it all right. They put some blue in there around his eyes and a little bit of shading on the face, but not a whole lot. It looks okay, I guess. His cape is actually done pretty well. The sculpt is decent and it's a nice soft material, so it's pretty good. There's no shading on it, but I think it looks all right. There's not really any shading on any part of the figure, so it doesn't really stand out as looking bad. And I like the way it hangs on him, so that's okay. We're gonna leave it off for now though. Shoulders have a ball hinge, but no bicep swivel built in, so it's not really a true ball hinge, but they're okay, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's probably good enough. It's always better to have a bicep swivel though. Sculpting's a little strange. I guess it's okay. We do have a hinge here for the elbow, which also gives us our kind of quasi bicep swivel. I'm guessing, that's a little weird. This almost looks like the way this is sculpted, that this is supposed to be on the other side and then the other hand on there, since that would fold up better right here for the elbow hinge. But I don't know, it could be a defect. I'm not that worried about it because it's pretty mediocre anyway. Anyway, we have a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge, and he's got a gripping hand for his hammer, which is done well enough. It's got some paint on it and some sculpt, so can't complain too much. It's a little bit soft, but a little hot water or hair dryer action and you'll be right as rain. He can hold that, so that's pretty good. Same articulation on this side, except he has an open hand on this side. And it looks like the sculpt is about the same as on that side, so I guess they're not on the wrong side after all. Pretty limited articulation all around though. I mean, that's all you're going to get out of the bicep, or out of the elbow hinge. Pretty basic. He does have an ab crunch when most of the figures at this period didn't, so that's pretty good. It's pretty limited though. You really only get up and down, and we have a waist twist. His belt comes off, belt and loincloth. There's a little bit of paint on there though. The buttons are painted, a little bit of detail work, so that's pretty good. Really big hip joints, and they're wide joints, so that's not ideal, but they're not bad. You can pretty much get the leg where you need it to go, so that's okay. We have double jointed knees. Pretty good range of motion. Nice sculpt work on these wraps down here, and pretty decent paint work. So that's not so bad actually. And then we have just an ankle hinge and swivel. No ankle rocker, which I think is always a must. So it's pretty disappointing that that's not in there. But he's not so bad all the way around. I guess he's not as bad as I was remembering him to be. So if you're a fan of Ronan, this figure's not... it's not in the category of don't buy it, it's just in the category of don't get too excited over it because it's not that great. It will pretty much just suffice. Although that being said, I got this guy for 40 bucks and I think he's up a whole lot more than that, so he might be in the category of do not buy it based on the current pricing. So there's my thought on it. You have to make your own decision on whether or not it's worth getting. So there it is guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.